Hello, Gravy Timothy's, and welcome back to the brand new Hearts of Iron 4 DLC. That's right, once again we've been dragged back into Hearts of Iron to check out some new content. And again, I'm just going to preface this like I did with the previous India video. I'm not too sure when this is actually coming out, so this is directly after that, by the way. I'm going straight back into India, but it's probably not straight back into it for you. But this is a early release copy, so some things are probably going to be a little bit different on release, I imagine. And, well, I'm sure some stuff might be broken. You know, that is the Paradox guarantee. But yeah, if you just watched that other India video, or you recently watched it, we're now going back in because I want to do a historical India run and see what the deal is. Okay, now, when I say historical India run, we're probably actually not going that historical for the simple fact we are going to do a little secret path that I'm sure you've probably already seen or heard about already because it's not that hard to find. And let's just say you can expect things to get very hot, very heavy, and a little bit Fallout free today. Yep, just gonna go ahead and get started on this one. Now, things will be pretty historical for our India game until we get down to here. That's where things may change a little bit. And starting off, we're just gonna rush every focus that we can that will give us autonomy ticking, just so that we can get free as quickly as we can here. Now, the closer we push to independence, the more the resistance is gonna start ticking up, as people are not very happy with those dastardly British individuals and their tea drinking habits. Now, we can urge non-violence, as Gandhi did say, in a whole bunch of our states, but this will actually lower our autonomy gain by quite a lot, so we're just going to ignore it and let the people be heard. Okay, so after powering through our focuses, we've already ticked our way up to Dominion status as it rolls on in here, which is good. I don't think, well, actually, I'm pretty damn certain we are not going to get independent before we get dragged into World War II, though, but that doesn't matter. Now, we can do Two Nation Theory or India United. I am going to go with India United, and it does come with a little bit of a downside keeping the Raj together post-independence, but I think it's worth it. Now, it is really important that we don't forget to go down to the Viceroy's bodyguard as well, because when we do put Gandhi in power, some people won't be happy with that. Okay, so after we have done Viceroy's bodyguard, we then get the Viceroy's bodyguard unit, which actually is pretty decent for a garrison unit. It's already got MP in it, and we could just want to go ahead and stick him on Delhi and not move it. Okay, we've been dragged into this whole kerfuffle in Europe, which I'm gonna say we're not gonna get involved in, at least just yet. We're too busy on, well, becoming free. We are getting pretty close though. We are now up to 540. We could really speed this up by just going helping on the front somewhere, but we are in no rush at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a long one anyway because of what we're working on. And by the way, 10 days away. I mean, the resistance isn't too bad either now. It's definitely pretty up there in some states. I am working on it, and we should probably actually swap our template over to that Viceroy's bodyguard one. That'll probably help a whole bunch too. And you know, yeah, the resistance is bad, but it ain't really doing too much. Borrow this, but now we get to work on a little bit of a surprise for everybody. There are some benefits to still being in the Allies here, and that is I've usurped the role as spy master, and I'm sending all of our allied potential of intelligence to India to put down the revolt risk. Okay, we got enough autonomy that I've hit the free button, and now we are going to get ourselves a choice in leader. Now, obviously, I'm going to go with Gandhi. We do have a few other choices here, and if you're going for a full historical game here, and you want to somehow still keep Gandhi, and you haven't done what I already told you to do with the Viceroy's bodyguard, he won't be around very long. There we go. Gandhi has survived his assassination attempt, which has now unlocked a secret little path. Well, it's not that secret because it does just appear straight after, and it's the I am deaf secret path. Yeah, I guess Paradox couldn't resist a whole nuclear Gandhi reference, but oh boy, is this a reference. We'll look at that a bit more in depth later, but for now, just take a look at this portrait and remember what it looks like. So after we have got our independence, we are kicked out of the Allies, which is, you know, very sad. We have lost all our spies, and we can't join back, so we're not allowed to join factions. But that's no problem. Our revolt risk should be manageable now. And we can also still have this decision to just lower the resistance by 60% off the bat, which is very overpowered now that I actually think about that, especially because we are mixing it up with our special princely state independent rule modifier, which will get us compliance up very quickly. Which means we can, I guess you could say, nuke all resistance. Okay, after doing Tryst with Destiny over there, I'm now going to do the I am deaf focus. And like I said, just Remember this Gandhi right here. Our leader, deep in a trance after his assassination attempt, has emerged. Contemplating the brutality of his ordeal, he had an epiphany. If the cruelty of humanity cannot be prevented, then humanity all should be under his firm democratic grasp. Oh, lordy. Now, for a democratic nation, this is pretty interesting because you can now actually just justify on whoever you want and join any faction. You know how I told you to remember that Gandhi portrait? Well, he's no longer too happy. Now, doing Destroyer of Worlds will give Gandhi a pretty nice bonus there for nuclear bomb production and a nice breakthrough. But because we've rushed nukes anyway, it doesn't matter too much. We got plenty saved up. Okay, this was pretty interesting. Uranium-tipped bullets. It's actually a new technology. I don't know what it does, but I guess we're going to figure out that together here. Oh, uranium-tipped bullets aside, no idea what that actually does. I still actually can't join factions, so I don't think that focus works just yet, unless I read it wrong. I'm assuming it might work by the time you guys are here, but we don't need to be in any factions anyway. Now, what does work, though, is that I can now justify on anyone I want in the entire world, despite being democratic. I'm going to make the most of being able to justify on anyone we want by having a little adventure into the Graveyard of Empires itself. There you go, Graveyard of Empires conquered. Bit annoying is that they did join the Axis, obviously, because we are still fighting them, and, well, the Soviets and the British got a bit of that land. Speaking of which, it doesn't look like the Germans are having a great game. It's definitely the weakest Axis I think we've seen in a very long time. Yeah, he really bottled it this time, but that's fine. I don't need to fight the Axis anyway. I haven't been fighting the Axis if you don't count Afghanistan, I guess. Okay, well, the Axis just capitulated, and that is gonna be that for World War II, which means I'm moving on to World War III. Yeah, I didn't get anything there. I did just invade Nepal at the end there, and I got half of Afghanistan, but I wasn't really looking to get anything anyway. Yeah, I'm also gonna release Afghanistan as a puppet for me, and yeah, I'm kind of sad he doesn't actually have a damn portrait for democratic Afghanistan. And it looks like Japan is also about to fall. I never even went to war with them because I was out of the Allies before I even got called in there, which means, again, we're gonna have to find someone else to have fun with these nuclear bombs I'm getting. Believe me when I say, it goes a bit deeper. Okay, I'll show you when we're ready. Oh, somehow, Japan returned. What exactly are you doing over there, though? Why is your only friend Yugoslavia? Okay, now, I said there was a bit more to our nuclear strategy here, and that's because we get some pretty interesting bonuses every time we drop a nuke. Now, first off, Destroyer of Worlds gives us a really nice bonus that makes us actually produce those nukes a lot faster. A whopping actual 20% production rate bonus. And considering I'm going to put down a nuclear reactor on every single state we have, that's going to be a lot of nukes. On top of that, the thermonuclear bomb, just about done researching, and once we've got nuclear warheads, I'm going to unleash hell on the world. And that is because we get a very, very special focus down at the bottom. Bathe in Hellfire. Okay, I'm really not too sure what Paradox was cooking up with this one, but Bathe in Hellfire. Nukes now destroy 50% of the target state military factories permanently. Thermonuclear nukes now destroy 100% of target state's military factories permanently. You can now wipe out a nation's entire military factory industrial base with a nuke. Now, of course, beforehand, it would destroy them, but they could be rebuilt. This permanently deletes them out of a state. Okay, now, whilst our nuclear reactors are currently churning out, I think it's time we dealt with the current threat on our border, which appears to be communism. Now, at the moment, our nuclear missiles don't have the greatest of ranges. It does have pretty good range, but we don't have our ICBMs just yet. And with the communists rapidly gaining land here, I think we need to get involved. Oh, we've most certainly got ourselves a new neighbor. Okay, well, since they capitulated so quickly there, I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer before I go ahead and take down the Soviets. I mean, they do have quite a few factories there. It'd be a shame if something was to happen to them. But we've been plotting, and we've most certainly been planning. And with the wonderful range of our new ICBMs, which definitely don't have the limitations of the past nuclear missiles. I think it's time we tested them out. Okay, now we don't have great intel on the Soviets, but currently they're between 235 and 572 military factories. Let's see what this does to change that. All right, will it change in live time if I just hover over this? Are we actually about to watch things disappear? Okay, now I know for a fact all these states over here actually have mills. The ones that I launched on, the Soviets don't build mills in because the AI only builds behind the Urals, obviously. But I know for a fact these states all have mills in them. So let's see if this works. Okay, nukes have landed. No, it doesn't work. Oh, I'm just going to assume this might be broken at the moment, but will probably be fixed for launch. Again, I have a really early version of this right now, so we'll just assume it works. Yeah, the normal nukes do apparently delete 50% of the factory, so I'll try those. If not, I'm just going to assume it's not in the game yet, and hopefully it is for launch. But either way, I think our nukes have more than enough potential here. Okay, going to launch all those bad boys, and we'll tag back over, see if that works. Yep, definitely does not work. Look at all those factories just sat there. And whilst I can't permanently delete military factories off the map, I can just permanently delete the USSR off the map. It's just going to require a few more nukes. And this should give the Western allies there a bit of a easier time, as a lot of their units are now going to have all their morale and equipment destroyed. I know recently there was quite a bit of drama between Indian Hoi4 players and Chinese Hoi4 players and Paradox Interactive. I just want to say what I'm currently doing and setting up here is not indicative of any personal opinion I may have on such matter. Yeah, I do really wish that obviously the actual effect of doing the Gandhi path worked, but I am pretty happy the fact that I'm producing nukes so damn fast. We do actually get another bonus for them right here, and we get a 15% soft attack on our support artillery too, so we get a lot of buffs as Gandhi. I mean, we also get he who would become deaf, which gives us an extra 12% additional attack too. It's pretty good. Now, I won't lie, after obviously nuking our way through China, it's a bit hard to push, but I think we've got them on the run now. I'm still helping out the allies over in the West too, but they are not making much gains. We're pushing to China. Once I get them capitulated, I guess we'll go ahead and try and make our way west too. Can't really afford the dual offensive right now, as I do have to hold out quite a bit. But I also reckon all those nukes I've dropped everywhere have probably done one hell of a effect. Oh yeah, by the way, also dealing with a famine currently, which is not very great on the war support and the stability. Come on, Gandhi. Just a little smile. Just a little smile, Gandhi. Now, the annoying thing here is that even though, you know, I've pretty much done all the work here with the nuclear bombs and taken down China, I'm at 7% war participation, so I'm not going to drop any more nukes over here. Although it does look like they are finishing the job anyway from what I have started. A little awkward thing here as well is when I take over all the land, I'm just looking at, well, what's left in the land. It ain't too much. Alright, I mean, bit out of left field. Okay, China capitulated. Now we get the fun task of going through Siberia. I will also pushing in through Iran now over here. It's looking a little bit complicated because, well, the allies have arrived. Afghanistan, I know you dropped this a while back, and, well, you didn't drop it. Someone beat you up and took it. I gotta say, it's one huge India. The only thing that's kind of ruining this, I guess, is the random pockets of Americans that are just stuck there. Yeah, okay. We got a lot of points, actually. I'm just not too sure how we're going to be spending them. Well, I mean, it's not horrendous. I did have to sacrifice all the Russian land there here, but, you know, I thought if we just get all of China and Mongolia, that would probably look the best. Also, accidentally gave Afghanistan one extra province there, but you know what? You've earned it. You didn't really do anything, though. There you go, though. That was our nuclear Gandhi game. I could keep going, probably, and just nuke the allies now, but, unfortunately, like I said, this is a early build, and, this all focus over here doesn't appear to work. But, well, it does work because, you know, you're still dropping thermonuclear bombs every other day on a country, and it definitely hurts. It just doesn't do the added effect of actually removing the military factories from the state, which would have been great. But I'm sure it's probably fixed for release, and if not, please fix Paradox. Oh, that was our cross Gandhi game. Look how angry he is. He's super damn angry. I guess I now have to clean up the mess I made in China, huh? But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you soon. Goodbye.